Yo, what's up prankster gangsters? So I've noticed that everyone always makes fun of me in the comments for not being able to count over 43, which is ridiculous. 43 is a pretty high number, so I want to prove everyone wrong by showing I can be a great math teacher. I think I've already done a math video on this website in the past. I can't wait to get started again so I can show all of you how smart I really am. Let's start with some addition. Alright, so the first question is 9 and 12. Now this one is easy because since this is the first question we're answering, it means the solution has to be 1. It's a simple rule that all mathematicians follow. Good. No, question number 1 equals 1. Alright, next one is 3 and 1. This one is a little bit more tricky, but I got this, fam. Okay, so I think that because there's a 1 in this equation too, it would make sense if it would equal 31 because the 3 is next to the 1 and the 3 and a 1 together looks like 31. Perfect. Wow, we're getting through these super quick. Next one is 7 and 8. Now this one can't work like the last one did because there's no 1 in it. Alright, no problem. Since there's no 1, then maybe that means it would be 2 because 2 is the number after 1. Yes, that's it. See, I told you I was smart, guys. Next one is 9 and 10. Okay, these are the biggest numbers yet, so that probably means it's a number over 43. Okay, that's no problem either. I think the answer to this one is 0 because everybody knows that 0 is not only the smallest number but also the biggest number, so that has to be it. I'm feeling pretty confident so far. Next one is 7 and 18. Oh no, fam, this one is even bigger than the last one. Maybe if I try to add them onto each other. That doesn't sound right, but I guess there's no harm in trying since I don't know what the answer could be. Okay, so 7 plus 18 equals 25. It equals 25, but we can't forget to get rid of 1 because these numbers were bigger than the last ones and this is one question after that, so the answer is 24. Wow guys, that one was really hard. Hopefully there aren't any more bigger than that. That's reminding me of when I was a schoolboy and I was in my maths class and I had finished all my work, so I wanted to get some more so I could learn as much as I could. So I went over to the bookshelf where my teacher kept all of his books for his classes and grabbed the fattest book I saw. I picked it up and it said a weird name that was something like algebra or something. I can't exactly remember, but it had a whole heap of really big numbers in it that I couldn't read. When my teacher saw me, he yelled at me and said I couldn't read it because big numbers like that aren't meant for me. Ever since then I haven't tried to learn any of those big numbers because they aren't meant for me. My other teachers have tried to trick me in the past and get me to learn, but I know my old math teacher would never lie to me, so I trust him. Anyway, next question. 2 and 1. Well, this one is easy. I've heard people say the number 21 a lot, and since this is 2 and 1, it is to be 21 because there's a 1 in it just like before. Next is 7 and 2. Maybe because it's a 2 instead of a 1, we just have to do it backwards. So it would be 27. 0 and 14. Well, like I said before, 0 is either really big or really small, and since we've already had a big 0, this one has to be small. And the smallest thing I can think of is nothing, so this one has to just be 14. 18 and 16. Another easy one. You have to add 2 to get 16 to 18, so the answer for this one is 2. And finally 0 and 1. I'm not really sure what type of 0 this is, so since this is the last question, it probably has the same answer as the first one, which was 1. Alright guys, that's it, so let's check out our results. 2 of 10. Guys, we came second. I told you I was smart. Coming second on my first go is crazy. Let's take it up a notch. Alright, this one is called subtraction and it's meant to be a bit harder than addition, I think, so let's see how we go. First one is 2 and 1. And like I said, the answer to the first question is always 1, so since this is the second lot of questions, let's put and 1 together and make it 11. Okay, 15 and 14. Oh, I see how this works. It's multiple choice. So one of these numbers has to be right. Let's pick 14 because 14 is a prankster gangster number. Next one is 0 and 0. That's easy because since they're both the same number, it has to be 0. Okay, now it's getting harder. 2 and 0. They wouldn't put the same answer twice, so I'll do what I did before and just put the numbers next to each other so they aren't lonely. 20. Perfect. Alright, 0 and 0 again. Like I said, I don't think they would put the same number next to each other, so this one is probably 0 0 because it's the second one of those questions there have been. 13 and 12. Another multiple choice, so let's go with 12 because it's another prankster gangster number, and 13 is also unlucky, so it can't be right. OMG guys, look. It's the third of the same question. They're trying to trick me. Well, they won't because your boy is too smart. The answer is 000 because it's the third one. Okay, 12 and 7. I think 12 has had a fair go at being right in the last question, so let's try 7. Now 10 and 7. This one's a bit harder, but because they were trying to trick me before, maybe they're trying again. So I know I said they wouldn't put two answers the same next to each other, but I'm pretty sure they're calling my bluff, so let's just put 7 again. Alright, last question for subtraction. 12 and 11. Well guys, they put two 7s together just then, so why not 3? Let's put 7 again. Okay, we're done. Guys, this is really hard work. I think I need some Mountain Dew or something to keep me energized. Let's check our answers. 3 of 10. We came third. Okay, well this one was meant to be harder, so I'm still happy with third place. I guess addition is my strong point though. But look guys, I told you I was right about the zeros. They were trying to trick me. Okay guys, this is the last set of questions. This one is called multiplication. I know what multi means, but I'm not exactly sure what that X in the middle of the numbers is for. Why would a letter be with these numbers? I assume it probably means the numbers love each other, because people in the comments always write PinkSheep X Crystal Sheep. So if the first numbers 5 and 2 love each other, that means they're most likely a couple, and if you are a couple you are two people, so the answer would be 2. That's a tricky one because the answer to the first question was 2 instead of 1. Oh boy guys, that is going to confuse me. Okay, second question. 2x7. Okay, so if 2 and 7 are a couple and 2 and 7 equals 9, I think, then that means they would have 2 kids, so the answer in the end would be 9. Okay, now 4x0. Alright, so since 0 in this case is probably nothing, then that means 4 is alone and won't have any kids yet, so it will equal 0. Next one. 5 and 1. Okay, so since there's a 1 next to the 5, that means 5 is by himself, but he isn't lonely, so his number is good enough for him. So 5 is the answer. 4x6. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I have no idea for this one, so I'm just going to write 3. 1x7. Okay, this means there is 1 of 7, but since 7 by itself seems like a pretty lonely number, the answer would be 0. Wow guys, there are a lot of lonely people in this one. I'm glad I'm not lonely and have my beautiful white crystal sheep with her perf eyebrows to keep me company. I remember this one time I was just wandering around Minecraft blowing some stuff up because I had a bad day after Purple Shep told me he ate all of my favorite burritos out of the cupboard. But just as I was about to blow up the backyard outside of my house in Minecraft, Crystal Sheep came up to me and told me to stop because I was about to ruin one of the flowers she liked. I got really upset that I nearly ruined something that she loved, but it made me realize as long as I have Crystal Sheep I have no reason to be angry. So I went over to my garden after she left and picked the flowers for her and surprised her later. I have never seen her eyebrows look more on fleek. Okay, I got a bit emotional there, but we're nearly done. Phew. Oh my goodness guys, the last 3 all have zeros in them, so that means they're all super easy. 4x0 is 0 because 4 is lonely and will have 0 kids. 0x5 is 0 because 5 is also lonely and won't have any kids, and lastly 0x7 is probably 0 too, since the last 2 have been 0 as well. Okay guys, time to check our answers. I'm pretty nervous. I really want to do well in this one to show my love to Crystal Sheep. Here we go. Oh no guys, we got 5th place. That's worse than addition and multiplication. Oh well, I think Crystal Sheep will still be impressed because I came second on my first go. And it's not my fault that there are so many lonely numbers out there. All the zeros are just haters. And we never let the haters win. Okay guys, I think I have proven my point. I think I'd make a pretty great math teacher, especially with addition, and maybe if I got some more loving numbers I'd be better at multiplication too. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to see even more of your favorite math teacher. Rate me out of 43 in the comments below. Since I did so well, I definitely rate myself a 43 out of 43.